That was the sound of the jar of names. We shall pick out a name. There are 2 in here at the moment. Right, so this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Horia. But, oh dear, I missed the jar. Put that back in the jar of names then. So this is a cup of tea in a podcast. This is the cup of tea. And this is the podcast. So if you want to go down to my skip list in the comments section, it probably won't be there just yet, but it will be sooner or later. You can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's question, and this week's goals. But let's begin with the update. Well, big news for the update this week. We have actually finished Assassin's Creed 3. Very long, let's play, longer than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, not a favourite of most people on the channels, particularly the more vocal ones. But I enjoyed it. I love playing it, so that's one reason why I play. So I enjoyed it. But that's now finished. So now let's get on to what's going to happen now then. So now that Game 1, which was Assassin's Creed 3 in this, is finished, the Game 2, which was Dishonored, will now take Game 1's slot, which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday, which gets an extra episode a week. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to have 3 episodes a week rather than 2 of Dishonored. So that's Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But what's going to happen with the Game 2 slot? Well, we're going to have a new game, and if you've seen the end of Assassin's Creed 3 or the next Let's Play video, you know that it's going to be Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. Which is, I say in my next Let's Play video, this is a buffer game, because we're behind schedule at the moment, and the game I want to do after that is such a big one that I want to sort of have it when we're all back to normal and regular and stuff like that, because it's going to be so good. I'm pretty sure most people will be very excited about it. But yeah, so this is like a buffer just until I can get myself sorted out so that we can have a nice relaxed and calm atmosphere and release this new Let's Play. Because the next one, many of you are going to be so happy about. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. At least I hope you will. I mean, I know most people will. I must admit, I'm not too sure about 2 people because I can't quite remember if they liked the previous one. Hint. But I'm pretty sure they did, and if not, I'm pretty sure they would like it anyway, because it's quite a game that I think they would like, but we'll see how it goes. But yes, come back to this later, because it's going to be part of the question, which is also linked to this week's question as well. This week's comment, sorry. Okay, let's move on. Let's go now on to topic. So, this week's names of videos we're going to be seeing. Let's go through those, shall we? Well, clearly the first one you're listening to this week is going to be Cup of Tea and Podcast. That's what you listen to right now, and this is the 3rd one out of my 3 that I've missed. Yes, because there's 13 and then there's 17? 27? No, there's another one somewhere. 20, that's the one. Yeah, because there's 20 that we've missed, 13 that we've missed, and this one, which is 6. That's 3 that are behind schedule. So yeah, I hope to go through that quickly. But yes, this is the podcast, Cup of Tea and Podcast. That's what you're listening to right now. After this, you'll have the first 1/3 episode. That doesn't make sense. The first episode of Dishonored that is part of the 3-a-week schedule. That's the one. And this one is called Bridge Apartments. You can probably guess that we're still on the bridge. Still on the bridge was the first one on the bridge. I think this is still on the bridge, that's the one. And we'll obviously be going to some apartments on the bridge. Then after that, we'll have the first episode of Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. And yeah, now remember, first episode of a Let's Play always has something to do with the last. So this one is Two Worlds. Because it's like 2 thrones, 2 worlds, you know. And then after that, we'll have a Dishonored video called Falling Down. Can't quite remember why that is called that. Might be something to do with the bridge coming down. It's something to do with like London Bridge falling down. So think about what part of the bridge would go down or up in this case, and that might help you what part we get to in that episode. And then after that, we've got a Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones episodes. It's called Haven't Got Time for That. Well, Haven't Got Time, which obviously is a pun on the whole time concept, which I think is actually quite fitting for the game, Haven't Got Time, because the game's not really about the time stuff, so it's Haven't Got Time is actually quite a decent title. And then after that, we've got a Dishonored video called Crusty Guards, which is sort of what we deal with in that episode, guards being one of them, and Crusty being something about it, which you'll probably find out for the first time in this Let's Play, in this episode. But then after that, we'll also have one at the weekend on Saturday, probably, maybe Sunday. Actually, no, I don't know why I'm talking about days, so it's off schedule. It'll be a pointing episode called Cats and Bridges, because it's about the books we found on the bridge and the books we found in the Golden Cat. But yeah, that's that. What else do I need to talk about? Also, yeah, you may have noticed there's not a new pictures behind for the Couple Adventure video. It's because, like I said, I've cut out the Valentine's Day one because we're behind and I don't really have a good idea for that one, so I didn't want to just put one out. So I've cut it out. So obviously the next one will be out before the next podcast. And I would like to be caught up by the Tuesday, but if not, we'll see what happens. But yes, that'll be out soon. Okay then, so now we can go on to No Book Club or TV Time, because like I said, I'm cutting them out until I can revamp this stuff. Go on to the community section. Right, so Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on the video since the last podcast. It wasn't that long ago, actually, it kind of was, unfortunately. But yeah, well, we got 3 names, so let's go through the list, shall we? So this week we thank Horia, Max Ravage, and Trevor Foreman. So thank you all for commenting. I do believe that Trevor Foreman is not a regular commenter, but I think he has poked his head round the corner once before, or her. I assume it's a he, but I'm going to say them. I'll say them instead. Yes, I liked it because they have a fairy tale logo, although it has been changed to a different colour. But yes, cool. All right then. They actually have a question as well, so we'll get on to that later. Which is now? I think it's now. It is Q&A time. Then shall we go on to? We shall. So this week we have a question from Horia. It says, JD, I have a question. Due to studying international trade in university, I'm required to spend 6 months abroad. Do you think Britain would be a good idea for the exchange? Now, we've talked about this in the comment section, but I believe it would be, because particularly with the trade, international trade, I think Britain would be a good place to come to because of Brexit, where obviously it's like we might not be part of the European market, or at least we won't be a key player in the European market, which I'm sure we would be. But obviously that's a nice time to sort of come over, because we'll be going for the different companies that we'll be working for. We'll be going for all that, so it might be quite stressful, but it'll be very good to sort of see how that works, and it'll probably look good on like a CV or something if you're trying to apply, because obviously that sort of thing would be good, because you've been through Britain through the Brexit trade negotiations and stuff. So I feel like that might be a very good thing to look at. And assuming it starts now, I know the 2-year plan of the Article 50. Obviously it's 2 years and you're only spending 6 months. I don't know how that would work into it, but I assume you would go through something like that. So that might be quite good to look at. And then we've also got a question from Trevor Foreman, who says, when are you going to play Fable 2 and 3? Right. Fable 2 very shortly. I don't know when. It won't be the next one. Like the one I said, it's going to be big. It won't be that one. It'll be after that one sometime. I don't know when, though. But I'm hoping perhaps before summer, before the end of summer. But it all depends on how fast these other things finish, and it might end up replacing one of the Assassin's Creed games, just in case I haven't caught up by then. But yeah, not very long at all, because I really want to play it, so we'll see. Right then, so let's go on to subscribers. So last week we had 1,279, and we've gone up this week by 3 to 1,282, which is impressive. But we also have no new names on the list, so it's like they've all got their subscriptions hidden. So we cannot welcome them to the community. But those 3 names, we welcome you to the community, even though we do not know who your names are. Right, now let's go on to question. Last week's question was about university-style rota of videos. What would you like to see? Horia said he wants a minimum of 5 videos a week, one of which will on Cup of Adventure, the Cup of Tea in a podcast, not included in the quota. Right, so this was the only one, unfortunately, this week, but that's fine, because we can go through it and break it down. 5 videos a week, including one on Cup of Adventure, which would be the Fridays one, and Cup of Tea podcast is not in the quota. That is true, because I'm planning on stopping this anyway once I start my new series when I go to university. So it looks like it will be those 2 special ones, which will be the new one, which I have said before it is, but I'm not going to say it again, just in case you've forgotten. That'll be out on the Mondays, and then the Cup of Adventure on Fridays, and then maybe 3 gaming ones in the week. Maybe perhaps 1 of Game 2, and then 2 of Game 1. So perhaps 40-minute episodes instead of 30-minute episodes, just so they're a little bit longer. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? What sort of video length would you like as well, I suppose I could ask. But that is not this week's question, because first things first, we're going to go into this week's comment, which goes to Horia, who says, so is the next Let's Play after this, or Dishonored, Skyrim? Can't imagine anything else we'd love to get. Right. So this is linked to this week's question, because we'll talk about it in a second. But no, it is not Skyrim. Like I said, if Skyrim's something like that, I would have to do the other games first, and I would never start halfway through the series, so that's why it would not be that one. But you said nothing else you would love to see. This is where I'm not too sure, because I'm pretty sure you would like the new Let's Play Horia. I'm not 100% confirmed because I can't remember you liking the first one, like I said, but I'm pretty sure you would love it because it's like one of those games which I think you would enjoy watching. But everyone else I know would love it as well. Like literally everybody else. But yes, I'm not going to say much more than that. I have hinted in a reply to Horia what it is. He thought Darksiders. That is also not the case. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now because obviously now that's why this is linked to this week's comment is, what do you think the next Let's Play will be? Yeah, what do you think it's going to be? I probably won't confirm who, if anyone's right or stuff, but I might be sneaky by saying they might be right, that sort of thing. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if you think hard enough, I think some people would guess this. So if you are watching this and you want to try and guess, have a go, because I'm pretty sure some of you will probably be right. Put it this way, you will be surprised, but also very happy. Yeah, okay then. So now let's go on to goals. So last week's goals was to edit everything. By Friday, it sadly did not happen. Don't know why, it just didn't, but oh well, these things happen. So what is this week's goal instead? It is still to edit, because what's happening with the edit is I'll be doing it in bursts. So I managed to do a whole week's episode in one day. I'm probably going to make sure I edit all of this week's episodes in one day as well, so that's all sorted. So yeah, so the burst thing seems to be good, and I'm going to try and do the next burst on Sunday, which will hopefully get up to the 13th podcast, and then do the next on the Monday. I'm not doing anything Monday, am I? No, I'm not. So I can do that, which means that'll be up to the podcast 20, which means then I'll only be a week behind, and then Wednesday I can do the next ones, which will lead me up to podcast, what's that, 27? Podcast 27, that's the date, by the way, which is obviously the one that should be out on this Monday coming anyway, so then hopefully be caught up by next Friday. Do you think I'll be able to do that? I feel that might be a little bit of a stretch, because just thinking about how, how slow I seem to get things done might not happen. Plus I've also got to edit the next video, plus a special video out on Tuesday next week. Think about what that'll be. So yes, so that might not happen. In fact, I might have to edit that next video of Couple Adventure out on the Sunday, just so I can make sure I can edit the next one and release it on the Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do. Yeah, so maybe not next Friday, but definitely by next podcast after the 27th. So by March, I want to be caught up. Let's see if that can happen. And if so, means we can start filling up all the details on all the videos I've missed for a while. And then we can, of course, start to plan out some new things and making some improvements, which is what I want to do before I go to uni, which is good, because that's what we want. Anyway, that is it for now then, so I'll finish this cup of tea. There we go, all done. And I will say what last week's film was. Now, I believe the quote was, Luxima. Well, he didn't say that, but that's just giving away what the film was. It was like, everything the light touches is our kingdom, or whatever it was. It was from Lion King, because, well, that's pretty cool. Now, this week's what film is something related to what I've just watched. Watched a certain film, which I didn't know existed. I think I have seen it before, though, but it was suggested by the Super Carlin brothers, who I'm getting a lot into. And if you ever want to know what I look like, one of these Super Carlin brothers I look like. I call him the American me, because apparently I look a lot like him. Yes, but yeah, obviously you'll hear the hint in a second or so. But until the next time we meet, I will say farewell, and I will leave you with what film? Gosh. Yeah, okay, this one's a really difficult one. I apologise.